Hi, Karen here from KarenHedler.com, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in New Zealand. Welcome to this month's Global Stamping Video Hop. Really excited to be able to share with you some masculine card ideas. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I do struggle thinking about what to make for a masculine card because we have so many options for female cards that you have to really look to find something to use for creating a masculine card. But we want to share with you lots of different ideas and lots of different thoughts you can use with different stamps, combining stamps, etc. So let's flick over to the desk, and I just want to share a couple of things with you before we get started. Okay, so what I wanted to just say is that this week my grandfather turned 95. Well, I'm recording this a little bit early, but he turns 95, and as you can imagine at that age, very simple, doesn't like anything flashy or, too flashy, really. Can't think of any other word, too many layers, too busy, just like something quite plain, really. So I created this card for him. He was in the Navy many years ago, and so I just used the new stitchery stamp to add this beautiful pattern around the side, and just kept it really plain, really simple. Often I would rough up the edges and add a lot of texture, but for him I have just kept it quite simple. But really pleased how this turned out, and I'm sure he's going to absolutely love it. Now, the day that this recording goes live is actually my husband's 60th birthday, so I really wanted to create something a little bit different for him. He is a mad rugby All Black, being from New Zealand, of course, absolutely loves the All Blacks, and we have got him a signed All Black jumper, so that is going to be so exciting for him. So I wanted to make a card that was a little bit representative of that. And then the club that he belongs to and my son's gone through is North Shore, and that their symbol is a goat. So I thought, wow, okay, so rugby, goats, and let's see what I can do. So I have started off with a black card base, and because there is going to be quite a few people signing this card, I have made it a slim card, which gives lots of area. If I need more, obviously I can add some white at the top. And I've pre-stamped a goat in there and given that a bit of a colour with some blends. Now I've layered that with basic grey and black just to give it a few layers. So what I thought I would do, and I have got a scrap bit of white here, and I have got a goat. So if you haven't seen this stamp set, it's the Way to Goat stamp set. Super cute. And we actually have 3 goats, so not only is the symbol for his rugby club a goat, but we have 3. And man, do they require a lot of work, those goats. They are very mischievous. We live rural, and we had we've got 2 girls, and one of our girls a couple of years ago had a baby, and it's a boy, but we did have him fixed. But the girls go on heat. Oh my gosh, the first time we heard it we thought something was wrong. They cry. They really cry, and it was heartbreaking. But anyway, she broke out the other day and disappeared for a couple of days, and we have a wild herd not too far from us, so I think we will be expecting another goat, but we will have to sell that one or give it away, I think, because we do not have room for another goat. They're gorgeous and full of life and full of character, but they are a lot of hard work. Okay, so enough about goats. I wanted to make this into something with a collar, All Black jumper, of course. So I thought, let's just have a play. And really I want to highlight to you that you can actually use quite a bit of what you have. Now I'm just going to draw some shorts, and to create a card of your own design. So you just have to really sort of start using your imagination a little bit, which sometimes I must admit I do find it a little bit difficult to think outside the box. But I sort of had an idea, and then I just sort of, now I'm just using the Stampin' Right. So this is just ink in a pen, and I'm colouring that in. So this is going to be, I'm just going to make him a little bit fat around there to get rid of the hair, and these are the shorts. Okay, oops, got to colour the top bit as well. So when you cut out, you can actually cut out quite a bit of any sticky out bits, if you know what I mean. Very technical term there, but you can cut out some of the hair that are, as I am going to cut this out by hand. And then I just got some of the blends and gave him a bit of a colour. So let's see, I think I will just use this one. Very quick colour, nothing too detailed. Just adding a little bit there. And his tail. And then I better colour his hooves and horns another colour. So this was dark grey granite, and I am just using dark smoky slate for his hooves. Just a bit of colour differentiation there. Okay. And his horns. And I thought I'd just add a little bit of skin colour to the nose and so you can do whatever colour. You could do a brown goat, or I'm just doing this because my husband is actually white grey, so I thought that colour would be perfect. So given him an all black jumper, and I have then cut it out, fussy cut it out. So really pleased how that turned out. I used the white marker to just put a bit of a splodge there, which is the silver fern. And yes, that's it, ready to go. So I thought I wanted then to create a field for this guy to be on. So I've got some Whisper White, and I thought I would use these new dies, which are the basic border dies, and we have this gorgeous die here that looks like a cloud, and I thought I would use that to create this die here and use that to create the sky. So just using the new blending brushes, and this is Balmy Blue. I'm just going to start off with a slow build up. I don't mind if it's a little bit darker at the top. Don't go right down to that edge because obviously there's a bit of a line there. And just rubbing that in and then move it down. Just love how you can stencil, use these border dies for stencils and things like that. You can use any die really to cut out and use this as stencil. Okay, so then you just want to move it down and just make sure that you come in from the stencil and up, because you want to leave some white space, of course, to create the clouds. So don't be over generous with the sponging and going up. Let's put that on mute so you don't get that noise. Over generous with how much you then put going up, or else you'll lose the white for the clouds. So just making sure that you are not getting it in the same place. And that's the beauty of this. You can just move it around and create lots of different layers. And it's such a quick and easy and effective way of, look at that, that's just perfect. Okay. And a few more there. It's a beautiful cloudy day. Cloudy but sunny day. Okay. So we'll do one more, I think. You want to do that one there. So you can leave the gap big or small. I've just got this one a little bit closer to show you. If you don't want big white fluffy clouds. And then let's go down a bit further. Okay. And these blending brushes certainly make it so easy. There we go. Now, of course, we need some grass. So I'm going to use Granny Apple Green for that. I quite like the Granny Apple Green for grass and things like that. It's sort of good combination of a light and a darker colour. Okay, so get my green blending brush. Now, some people like to actually start with a piece of paper that is a little bit larger because they don't like the accumulation of the colour on the edges. I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, but some people like to allow enough room to actually trim down once they've done their blending. But as I say, I'm quite happy with it like that, but that's something that you could do. Just make your piece a little bit bigger. There we go. So this is going to be my paddock. Nice green. Excellent. So just put a little bit more at the bottom. Just make that a little bit darker. There we go. Fabulous. Okay. So now I'm going to add some grass. Now I have got this grass. This is what I'm saying about looking at what you've got. I picked the grass here from the Nature's Beauty. Got some perfect grass there. Of course, a real good rugby field would not have long grass poking up, but I just thought it would give a little bit of depth. And I just added it just randomly around there. Yes, it means the greensman hasn't been doing his job keeping the field mown, but I kind of think, well, goats probably wouldn't care less about whether it's long grass. Probably stop and eat them, actually, eat the grass. Okay, so the next thing I wanted was some goalposts. So I looked through my dies, and in this set, which was the one I used for my granddad's card, was this set with this strip here, which I thought was absolutely perfect. So I cut that out in basic grey, and I'm going to use these as the goalposts for rugby. And this is what goalposts for rugby look like. Just for those, I'll get rid of this and the two brushes. It's a bit tidier. So let's grab a bit of glue. And I'm just going to, not too much, she says, as she puts a big blob on it. It's a new one, so okay. So let's put that about there. Just make sure that I've cut that wide enough for that. Yep. So that's my goalposts. I picked the goat that looks as though he's kicking. Now the one thing I tried to find, which I didn't have, but there is probably a stamp set out there, is something that looked like a rugby ball, which is an oval shape, and I didn't have anything. I didn't really want to freehand draw it because it wouldn't, I'm sure, look quite right. Okay, that's the goalpost. Now, as you know, or may not know, the symbol for Kiwis or anyone representing New Zealand, especially the rugby team, is the silver fern. And this is a die set in the new annual catalogue called the Iconic Dies. And I just absolutely love this. I'm yet to create too much with it because I've only just received it, but it has a bee in it, of course, which got me very excited. But it also has a silver fern, what I call a silver fern. Now, we don't have silver foil anymore, so I wanted to show you what you can do when you don't have the silver, like you want some silver foil. So I have die cut out in the basic grey the leaf, and should have tried to get it out beforehand. There we go. It's got a little bit caught, but that's all right. I've got another one that I have done. I won't worry about that too much at the minute. So then you just, after getting rid of the paper, you just get your Versamark and you just cover the whole thing with your Versamark. Just give it a really, really good covering with the Versamark. Make sure you get all the areas. That's all you need to do. Just double check that it is covered. And then you dip it into your embossing powder and you use the heat tool and dry it until you have a silver fern. That is absolutely exactly a silver fern. So I'm just so excited about that. So I'm just going to glue that on in the top corner there. And yes, my husband absolutely loves the All Blacks. He is going to be, the jersey has been signed by 37 of the All Blacks. So I think he's going to get a wonderful surprise with that. Right, now our wee All Black is going to be here. Now I want him to be kicking. Now, as I say, there was no, put him about there, no rugby balls, if you know what I mean. Nothing I could use as a rugby ball. So in the stamp set is a tin. So I thought, oh well, he can be kicking a tin over the goal post, which is probably more along the lines of a goat. So let me grab some dimensionals for this. Let's pop him on first. I see some gorgeous things that people make actually, and always think to myself, goodness, you know, right out of the box, from especially punch art, I always think, gosh, you know, to look at that punch and to see that in it is such a skill. Right, I don't want him falling over obviously, but just like he's kicking this over. And I have just pre-coloured this. I stamped it and then just used blends to colour it. You could colour it whatever. I've just left it a sort of a bluey colour. And that's it, going over the goal. Okay, so of course I needed to remind him, not that he really needed reminding, I'm sure, that he will be turning 60. And so I have cut out 60. I thought I'd pop that on here. And this is from, so I might just glue that on. This is from the Playful Alphabet, which has some fantastic funky letters, and it's great too because it has double ups on the popular letters, etc. So that means you just have to do one run through. So let's put a bit of glue on that. And I'm trying very carefully not to get a big blob. Just push it up a little bit, I think. Yeah. And 0. And of course, lastly, we want to wish him a happy birthday. Now, I tried it in white, but I didn't like it. But I've kept it here just in case. I've done some silver embossed on black. So let's just see. Chop that top bit off a bit. There we go. Happy. Put it there. Or happy birthday. Probably about there, I think. Put that extra bit in there. Yep. Okay. So let's grab some. I can use the big ones on that. Here we go. Just trim that down. Okay, happy 60th birthday. Let's put the front on. So I'll glue this. So as I say, I just wanted to show you some out-of-the-box ideas for creating with what you have. It doesn't have to be exactly as the stamp set is. As you can see, this is not like the stamp set. So make sure that you click on the link below for the next video, and you get some fantastic masculine ideas. Really, really good to have a lot of ideas up your sleeve. And no ribbon, of course, on this. And I don't know if I will put any gems either. I think men, that is one of the things. Males don't like all the bling and the ribbony sort of stuff. So I thought I would just leave it as it is. This is another card quickly that I have used with the goat set. This could also be a masculine card. It's masculine colours and could easily be a masculine card using this set as well. So enjoy the rest of the hop, and I look forward to seeing you all again next month. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Take care. Bye.